So our allies like Britain, France, and Germany are refusing to back efforts to extend the arms embargo against Iran. Why do you think that is?
Well, unfortunately, this policy of appeasement by Western countries is well embedded. It's been going on for decades, and it's very difficult to overcome such a history of appeasement. But efforts needs to be done, and I think the experience of the past 3, 4 years has shown that when you show firmness and decisiveness, the Iranian regime would back down. That's the only language the Ayatollahs in Tehran understand, and that's the only way to deal with them. Interestingly, the Iran nuclear deal was supposed to stop the Iranian regime's nuclear weapons program. To the contrary, not only that didn't happen, and especially all the concessions given to the Iran regime, the cash and $150 billion and all of that. Instead, we found out that the Iran regime has been developing new sites and expanding its nuclear weapons program. Just this past Friday, we revealed here in Washington a new nuclear site near Tehran, in east of Tehran, named as Sorkhe Hasar. This site is involved in nuclear weaponization work. It's tied to the organization within the regime that oversees nuclear weaponization, not nuclear energy, nuclear weapons program. And this is just the latest indication that the Iran regime has not abandoned its nuclear weapons program. So what you need to do is to build more pressure, not less.
Very terrifying stuff. How close would you say, in your estimation, I know they're quite secretive, the regime, but how close would you say they are to obtaining weapons of war, of mass destruction?
Well, it's very difficult to determine that because there are several factors involved. On the one hand, you need the fissile material to be able to build a bomb with it. Then you need to be able to weaponize it. And so you need to build a nuclear warhead. And then you need the delivery system. The most important part is actually the weaponization part. And then obviously having the fissile material. Now, based on the information that has been out there, including the International Atomic Energy Agency, the Iran regime is about 3, 4 months away from having enough fissile material for one nuclear bomb. But the most important thing, the more important part is actually the weaponization part. And that's the thing that we've been focusing on. All of these revelations we have done exposing the activities of the Iran regime and what the regime wants to do by keeping away the IAEA inspectors from those sites. They don't want them to know the nature of their activities. They always claim that this is a nuclear energy, but in fact, the core of the program is about nuclear weaponization. So we need to really double down on the Iran regime. We need to take this information that we put out very seriously. We need to get the IAEA inspectors to visit this new site near Tehran. We also need to hold the Iran regime accountable for all the violations they have done so far. That's the only way you can deal with the Ayatollahs in Tehran.